How are you doing? I see some of you there waiting. Cool. I've never scheduled a live before. We'll be scheduling these Stamp and Stick card classes out in advance, so just so you guys know. I'll give you guys some time to find me there everywhere. How is everybody? I'm excited to stamp with you. Thanks, Corrine. Corrine shared. No. I've got our Stamp and Stick card class number 2 for you guys today. I'm really excited to share this one with you. We're gonna make 3 cards. I'm doing it with the sweet jar, but you can definitely substitute out any image that you have here. All right, so let's give everybody a bit of time. Hey, Kathy. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Stamp and Stick card class number 2. Hey, Holly. Esmeralda's here. Christina's here. Yay. Hello, everybody. Hi, Mary Lou. Marlene. Hey. Melissa says, catching the live. I'm glad you're here, Melissa. Holly says, cute cards. Good. I'm glad you like them. All right. So a little bit about Stamp and Stick card class. It's Kathy Sanford's birthday. Happy birthday. Hey, Tony, I'm glad you're here. Hi, Joy. Stamp and Stick card class is a completely free card class. This is it. We are going to go through this class today. We're going to make 3 cards. You can follow along with your own supplies. We do offer class packets for Stamp and Stick. Looks kind of like this. Our Stamp and Stick card class for Sweet Jar and for Jar of Joy are sold out. The packets are sold out. We are working on packing up the rest of these packets to get them out to you. If you ordered the Sweet Jar packets, and if you, we gotcha, we're packing them and sending them soon. We're actually finishing thank you cards for them. And if you ordered the Sweet Jar and the Jar of Joy, we're going to be sending those together. All right, so let me show you guys what's next, kind of in order. We have the Stamp and Stick card class featuring the Sweet Jar today. These are the cards that we're going to make. Let me swap views here. These are the cards we're going to make. Happy birthday. And this little love with the jar of hearts. And then Miss You Bunches with the cookie jar. And then the 24th, Thursday, 2 p.m., we're going to be doing the Jar of Joy Stamp and Stick card class. Sending a jar full of cheer. May your heart be filled with joy. And sending a jar full of cheer. Now, all of these are like our premium card making experience. We've got outsides done, insides done. They're really got tons of great details, embellishments to the top, different techniques. It really is not. It's a little bit more advanced card class. It is a premium experience, and the packet is a premium packet. And when you receive the packet, you'll get all the embellishments that you need for your cards, and we do everything for you except for stamp and stick. That's why it's called the Stamp and Stick card class. We'll get into that in a minute when I show you that. I want to show you what's coming up in Stamp and Stick because we are selling out of the packets really fast. And we're going to up the production of them, but we're going to up the production of them slowly so that we don't outpace, because inventory kills businesses and I don't want to be stuck on a bunch of packets. So if you're interested in the packets, this is what's coming and you're going to want to just watch. So the next 2 Stamp and Stick card classes, and these are also sneak peeks for our In Color Club. So In Color Club for Timid Tiger, we're going to be working with the Party Piggy. Of course, you can switch him out for any other image. So keep that in mind with Stamp and Stick. We don't stamp for you. You can change this out. When I see this, I think about that ice cream one, the ice cream swirl. The little dish of ice cream would be perfect here, okay? You could put birthday cakes or balloons, or you put your own images. If you don't want to do Party Piggy, that's okay. You're gonna get your pink cardstock to stamp Piggy, but you guys can definitely use your imagination. So this is Stamp and Stick card class is our next Stampin' Stick card class featuring the Party Piggy. And you will get a combination of Timid Tiger and Coastal Cabana cards. All right, so it's going to be a little assorted pack there. You might get 2 of one and 1 of the other, or 1 of one and 2 of the other, but that's Party Piggy. And of course you can substitute, and then we're going to do Tractor and Company after that. So here's Tractor and Company. Oh, wait, I have to restamp the inside of that one. Did you guys see my note? And so there's our Tractor and Company. So those are the next Stampin' Stick card classes. What do you guys think? I hope you love them, and it'll be the same. We'll meet here Thursdays at 2 p.m. The class will be free. If you want a printable PDF, that's a small purchase you can make to support the channel. And if you want packets, look out for them because they'll be available while supplies last. All right? What do you guys think? I gotta go look at that. I love that piggy bundle, says Jen. I know, me too. Hey. Nancy says your Stampin' Stick card classes are the best. So cool that the In Color Club gets Stampin' Stick card class PDF free each month. Another great perk of In Color Club. Thank you, my friend. I love that you love my In Color Club too. I need good cheerleaders like you. Hey, Debbie, I'm glad you're here. Debbie's likes those cards. All right, so that's what's coming up for Stampin' Stick in the next few. Hey, Patty. I'm happy to see you. Patty says those cards are so cute. All right, I'm glad you're liking the sneak peeks. Those will be August and September Stampin' Stick. Now, I'm working on a little bit of surprise. There might be more Stampin' Stick card classes coming because behind me I have 2 really great ideas. And if I can pull it off, we might have 2 Stampin' Stick card classes in August and 2 in September. But at this point, I'm committing to 1 Stampin' Stick card class a month. Besides Christmas in July, this month we're going to do 2. All right, so things could change on that radar, though. It depends on how my workload comes out. So this is July, and then August and September. Now, will there be other surprises? Might we squeeze in a few more Stampin' Stick card classes? We might, because I love doing them, and you guys are really welcoming them and accepting them very well. Sally says, love the Tractor and Company, right? That Tractor and Company bundle is adorable. And you'll notice too, if you haven't seen this one it's an online exclusive Stampin' Up, here's the Tractor and Company Tractor die cut. Now in Stampin' Stick, we're gonna die cut all these pieces for you. We can't stamp your pumpkins. We can't stamp your chicken. We'll give you paper for that, but we're gonna die cut all your Tractor. So there's the die cut Tractor, and then there's the stamped Tractor. So I love that you can get both looks out of here. And then here's the pulling the cart, not pulling the cart. Like, I don't know, it's just so cute. It's a fun one to work with. All right, I hope you love it. And I hope that I'll see you guys in class, and keep your eyes peeled for packets because we do have limited numbers that we're preparing behind the scenes. All right. So let's look at comments. Sally loves the piggy too. I'm glad see, you're my people. You like what I like. Let's see here. Oh, that Tractor is cute. Made me look at it again, right? It's a good one. I think it'll bring you so much happiness using it. There's just something about that stamp set that makes me smile when I use it. Nadine says, hi Marisa, so much fun. I got the PDF and just received my stamp sets and punch yesterday. Now I can make the cards. Oh good, your packet's on its way. If you ordered a packet, it's on its way. Everybody, we are working on thank you cards for our packets. Let me give you another quick housekeeping since we're here. In Color Club people, your order is due today. So if you haven't done that, you want to get on that one. Two-tone cardstock people, we have all the cardstock in the house. It arrived a day or 2 ago. 6x12s are cut. 12x12s are being sorted. Thank you cards are almost done. We will begin shipping this one Monday. And then if you are a blog follower, social media follower, or an email subscriber, you know this, but if you're not, you're going to want this bit of information. We are currently doing a mini paper sampler and sketch series. So mini paper sampler and sketch series is This is the PDF or concierge level sampler because it has the embellishments in the ribbon. If you get PDFs with your sampler, then you're going to get 1 through 20 in a PDF format. If you get concierge level, you're going to get the ribbon, the embellishments, the paper sample that I'll show you in just a minute, Stampin' Up, or the quick shortcut card sketches 1 through 20 PDF plus 19 and 20 laminated. Okay, so that's what we got going on right now. You have through this weekend to register for it. If you don't have links, email me, marissa@kitchentablestamper.com for the links. We'll be sending them out one more time before the weekend to email subscribers. All right, so the small paper sampler, it's a little mini one because we just had some online exclusives released. And I missed an online exclusive, you guys. I missed it. I even called Stampin' Up and asked if they had, and they told me, I don't know, it doesn't look like it, but we'll get back to you. And when they didn't get back to me, I assumed that they didn't have. All right, so let's take a look at this. If you get the PDF or the concierge level, you're going to get a package of charming shimmer faceted dots and a iridescent petunia pop ribbon, because these two are most versatile with all the paper that you're going to see here. All right, that's why we do that. And your sketch cards in the series will include those embellishments, just like your sketch card tomorrow is going to include the basic beige and the pink, the strawberry slush and pretty in pink embellishments. All right, so tomorrow I'll be live with the last of our previous sketch series and paper sampler. Next month, we'll start this series with sketch number 19 and 20. That was 18. We left off on 18. 19 and 20 will be in the sampler. All right, so sampler includes a sorted bag of die cuts plus 5 6x12 pieces of the Spooky Sweet Specialty Designer Series paper. You'll notice that what we do is we put Spooky Sweet, the name, item number, coordinating colors, everything's there, because if you're like me, you forget the names of the products all the time. You get 5, 1 of each, 6x12 paper, plus a quarter, a sampling of the die cuts. Then we're gonna do the Need for Tweed. I love this paper. This is the one that we used for Jar of Joy. This is 4 6x12 pages, and that's that one. Oops, I have one of those in there twice, don't I? I do have one of those in there twice. Ooh, Jan, that would mess up our weight. Oh, there. Okay, so 1 of each pattern. And then we have the Painterly Pears. That's 6 6x12 pieces. And let me show you a little of that, right? And then here is back side. This is how it will come to you, packed with the dividers between, with all the information that you need to know what to reorder or what colors are going to work with that paper. And then 6 12x6 pieces of, there we go, hold on. This one's Floral Charm Designer Series paper. And this is the one that I didn't realize was available. So this is from the last online exclusive release. These are July online exclusives. They just got released for customers to order. This was May online exclusives. And this paper, this Weekend Adventures with the stickers for scrapbooking, is in the annual catalog. But the one without is not. And when I was doing my paper sampler, I called Stampin' Up and I said, is the Sip Sip Hooray, the Sip Sippity Sippity paper. They've got one in the catalog that's got stickers. They've got an online exclusive for us to pre-order. Is there going to be an online exclusive of Weekend Adventures for us that's just not available for pre-order? And they're like, I don't think so, but we'll get back to you. And nobody got back to me. So then I put this Weekend Adventures thinking, okay, I'll just get the one with the stickers. Maybe they'd be cute for cards or treats. I'll just put Weekend Adventures in my cart. And I put in Weekend Adventures and then picked what the search came up with. And it turns out that 16732 is the paper if you just want the paper. And I think 16734 is the with the stickers for scrapbooking. So I wanted some, and maybe my paper sampler people want some too. So that's our paper sampler that's in for registration right now. If you need the links, email me, marisa@kitchentablestamper.com. And let's see here. I think that's it. We talked about In Color. Get your orders in for In Color Club. Two-tone, we're working hard to sort that out. We'll have it start to ship Monday. Paper sampler for the online exclusives. Yes, we're having one. Get involved if you want to. And I gave you sneak peeks of Stampin' Stick. I think that was all on my agenda. You guys need anything from me? Let me know. We're definitely working hard here behind the scenes. So if you need me, Marisa@kitchentablestamper is my email address. And if you want to shop, you can shop at Marisa Alvarez at MarisaAlvarez.stampinup.net. All right, so Lisa's here. I'm glad you're here. Pam says the tractor is a must. I agree. How's everybody doing on Facebook? If you guys are there, give some thumbs up. Do some reactions. Keep the reactions coming. If you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. Make sure your notifications are on. Stampin' Stick card classes will be scheduled from now on. We will be putting them out there for you like we did on YouTube. Facebook will keep broadcasting these classes to Facebook as long as it stays convenient. I just had Facebook delete all of my live videos for like the whole career of my Facebook. They gave me a notice and said, hey, we got 1 day. You got 1 day before we delete all of your videos. Do you want to download them? And I knew that they were going to delete them. I was in a okay place with that, but then they offered me to download them all. So I did. I downloaded my whole history of videos, but Facebook will only keep the live videos on their site for, I think it's 30 days now. So, and as long as it stays easy to broadcast there, I will, but just know that you won't be able to find this class on Facebook after that time period expires. But it's on YouTube, and it is, at this point it stays on YouTube. All right, so we're doing Stampin' Stick card class. I've got Early Espresso ink and the Sweet Jar. And you know what I'm going to do? Maybe I don't need to. I'm going to try just going this way. I was going to cut this into 2 strips, but I'm just going to, instead, I'm going to stamp 3 jars. So it's Stampin' Stick. We don't stamp for you. In fact, we can't. Stampin' Up does not allow demonstrators to stamp the images. I can make you a card. I can stamp things on and make you a card. In fact, we do. We always send a handmade thank you card with our things, but I can't stamp for you. So you're going to have to do that. In the packet, you get 1/4 of a sheet of white cardstock, and you're going to stamp your jars, and then we're going to stamp the fill on our jars. I want to show you our first card first. This is if you saw our party in a box, you've seen me do this, but I love this. This is the reason why I bought this stamp set. There's a stamp that has 3 candles. There's a stamp that has 1 candle. I have Pool Party and Strawberry Slush, and I'm using an Old Olive Stampin' Write marker because I did have the Old Olive stamp pad. It's the old style one like this, and what happened was when I was stamping, it was looking more like Mossy Meadow, and the color just wasn't quite right for the job. You'll see that I inked these 2 candles with Pool Party ink, and then I'm going to ink this 1 candle with Strawberry Slush. I'm doing it way off the edge. And then I'm going to stamp 3 candles in the jar. And there. Now I'm going to wipe this off, and then I'm going to rotate the colors. So let me just wipe this off, and then I'm going to change. Now this time I'm going to do green. So I got my Old Olive on the 2 candles. And I'm going to do pink on the 1. So I'm going to get my 2 candles with Old Olive and then 1 candle with Strawberry Slush. And then I'll stamp those in the jar. All right, so then I'm going to rotate the next one with Pool Party and Olive on the 2 candles, And then I'm going to go through, and in between each of those, I'm going to stamp a single candle. So I didn't do that last set. I'd have 2 more candles there. But then I'm going to do a green candle in between the pink and blue. And then I'm going to wipe that off, and I'm going to do a blue candle in between the pink and green. Do you see? So we're getting a rotation here. And you have to do it 3 times. So I'm only going to do it 2 for the sake of this video. But you just rotate all 3 colors through. Good? All right, so then for my hearts, I'm going to keep my strawberry slush. Let me show you the hearts. And I'm going to grab some real red ink. And I've got the detail hearts and the background. You know what? I'm also going to grab my pretty in pink. Okay, I'll put pretty in pink in here. Now, this is the background for the hearts. It's also the background for the cookies. So let's start there. We're going to stamp the background for the cookies with pretty in pink. And then we're going to stamp the background for the hearts with strawberry slush. And you'll notice I didn't clean in between because I'm going from a lighter of the same shade to a darker of the same shade. So I love little efficiency things there. If you want to clean in between, but I don't. And then I'm going to do real red hearts over my strawberry slush background. I love that look. Isn't that going to be great for Valentine's? And then I'm going to put these guys aside for a minute. And I'm going to stamp my cookies. And then once my 3 jars are done, we'll punch them out. And that is the stamping and some sentiments. If you don't want to do the jars, or if you don't have the sweet jars, maybe they're not on your top wish list, you could use this for any image that you have. Really, truthfully, if you have other jars, like the jar of love, that's pecan pie. If you have other maybe animals like hearts and hugs, just stamp your 3 images for 3 cards and get them cut out. And there's our cookies. That was early espresso. I'm going to show you our alternatives right now since we talked about that. I've got my jars. Give them a second to dry before I put them in the punch, and let me show you some alternatives. One of the things that we're going to do with Stamp and Stick card class, and this is thanks to my friend Jan. She is an amazing stamper. We are going to have some alternative images for you so that you can see these cards. So here is the jar of love. Look at that sweet little jar. Maybe you remember this one. Filled with honey, with the bees. So if you got a different jar set, this class is going to work just fine for you. A little jar with the goldfish inside. Wait till you see this. And Jan did all of her insides too, just like we're doing the insides. Isn't that cute? The alternative projects were, our purpose is to really just help you see how awesome this class is, no matter what kind of stamp set you have in your collection, right? So you can do this class with anything you have. And then look at this, throw kindness around like confetti. And then the inside, a little jar. And then here is with hearts and hugs. So instead of a jar at all, here's a little mouse or hamster from Hearts and Hugs. And then, I'm dropping my little mouse. I love this little guy from Hearts and Hugs, sending birthday hugs. Cute, right? And then I also want to show you really quick, here is a little bit of a variation on one that we're doing today. This one is pretty in pink for the background and strawberry slush for the hearts. All right, so there's a couple of alternatives to get your creative juices flowing. Now this should be good for punching. And let's see how you guys doing? Are you following along so far? stamp your images and cut them out. And your images can be really anything that you want them to be. Now, the other part of Stamp and Stick is going to be the greeting part. So let's just know that we can't do your greetings for you either. You're going to have to stamp your greetings. But now, here's our first card, and this is how you're going to get your packet. We did your die cutting for you. Your designer series paper is cut for you. The liner is included in envelope to mail your card. So when you get a packet, you're getting a really good deal. Maybe that's why they're selling out so quickly. And there's our candles all done with the third rotation. All right, we did the embossing, and we always will. This is with the Forever Plaid embossing folder on Pool Party cardstock, and we're going to swipe some white ink on that. I love this technique. I used it with the tractors too. It just adds some depth to the project. You can take your time and layer this up, adding more ink as you go, but you really can't get it off of there once it's on there. Even with an eraser, it doesn't want to budge. So just take your time and go in layers when you do this technique. We've embossed it for you, but we do not ink for you. You got to do that. If you want a little bit different look, instead of soft and white, you can do like we're going to do in the Jar of Joy, and you can use the ink pad. So this is Old Olive on Old Olive, and it's actually Old Olive on Old Olive two-tone cardstock. So you can do, to get a different effect, add, instead of white ink, do this with Pool Party ink and get a little bit different look. I'm going to put this guy aside to dry for a minute, and we'll do a little bit more stamping. I'm going to do the insides of the cards as a batch when I'm doing card class. So let me show you. This cardstock is included for the inside of your liner, and then we've got a tag for the greeting. Let's switch out this one since that's the one we're looking at, and put that over there to dry. Good? All right, let me pop in and see how you guys are doing on comments before I grab some ink pads. And how you doing on class? I say this is better to stamp your cookies than toss them. Oh, I know. Oh, it's sad it's sad they did that. I don't understand why. Oh, sorry, Holly. I don't know what that was about. Tell me again. What's sad? They did that. I don't understand why. I love that with the hearts. I'm glad you love that with the hearts. The hearts make me very happy with this. This is a Hearts of Elegance. Corey says, did you see my tractor to Jeep? Oh my goodness. Jan came in telling me about it. That's crazy. You've got the eye for paper piecing, my friend, or punch art. That's what that is. Yes. If you guys haven't seen Corey's tractor to Jeep, check out the Craft Social. The link is in the description below. You want to be a member over there. It's such a generous sharing community. Right, Trish? Hi, Trish. I'm glad you're here. Kathy says, such cute alternatives, right? I hope it really helps you see. Oh, that Facebook is only keeping videos for 30 days. Yeah, I don't know what prompted it or anything, but I had kind of come to terms with it that they were just going to delete all of my content after all this time. And then the day before they did it, I get a notification saying, hey, do you want us to keep that? And I was like, or do you want to keep that? Do you want to download it? And I was like, okay. So I did download it all. And it was kind of a walk down memory lane. All right, let's look at inside. We've got sending a party your way. And I'm going to do this one inside fully, but then I'm just going to show you the insides of the other cards because it's a lot of repeat of the same steps, okay? So all of my buildable greetings start with early espresso. And I'm going to do, where is sending? There it is, behind the punch. So I love this. I love this buildable greeting. It says sending a little, and then it's got a blank space in between, and then your way. And then there's sweetness, love, party, luck, all kinds of things that you can customize this greeting. So let's set this aside for just a minute. I'm going to customize this greeting by putting a little party your way. And I'm using strawberry slush for party. Oh my gosh, have I made a mess? I've lost party. There's party. And then I'm going to grab that single candle and make sure it's clean and add a little zhuzh to my inside. When I'm doing my candles on the outside, I did the flames using, there's two different options in the jar stamp set. I used the smooth flame, not the one that looks like a sparkler, but it is a stamp that's meant to do all three flames at one time. I'll show you here in just a second. First, I'm going to stamp another candle. And so just want to point this out to you as I do it. It's how I did the outside too. When I did my jar, I did the three with the one candle in between, right? So this is the single candle that I did in between. And then I went through with Daffodil Delight, which I'm going to do here. My goodness, my desk is looking a little crazy. Crazy. Let me slide this. Let me pull this so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so that's my jar of candles. And then the 1, 2, 3. This is the flames that fit those three candles. But then if you want the single candles, like inside the card, or like in between the three candles to have flames also, then you're going to do one little flame on the corner of your ink pad. So first, if you want to first do the one little flames, like inside, go along and do those center candles, and then go back, ink up, and do the three candles. All right, so it's got a single flame in the stamp set, but let me show you the difference. So this is the three candles with the three flames that match the single candle, but the flame that matches the single candle is like a little sparkler, and I wanted it more calm than that. So I just inked that one flame and used it where I needed a single flame. Okay. I think that it looked a little bit more calm that way. Sparkler might come in handy for some things though. All right, so we've got our inside all done. It was that buildable greeting idea. We did the candles to add a little extra interest. While we're doing inside sentiments, just like when I was inking, I inked all my card fronts and then I did all my insides. So this one here, sending a little love your way. And this is the same Early Espresso Strawberry Slush. And then instead of candles, we got the two little hearts in real red. And then for the next card, batch working, I did the same thing. Inked my front and did my inside. This one says sending a little sweetness your way. Sweetness is real red and the hearts are strawberry slush. So isn't that buildable greeting awesome? All right, let's go ahead and put these guys aside for a minute. And let's deal with this greeting on the outside now. Got that little skinny tag. And before I stamp it, I'm going to grab my paper trimmer and I'm going to trim it down to 2 5/8. Now with all the great little words, little party, love, luck, you want to hold on to that little guy. Maybe it'll come in handy with a little love on it, but 2 5/8 for my birthday tag. See, we just cut it down a little bit and we're going to add happy birthday. All right, we've done our stamping for card number 1. So let's do some sticking. Now it's gonna have to dry a second. Anybody else have trouble with early espresso, smearing early espresso? I smear my early espresso ink all the time. All right, let's put our insides in. And then of course you can just line your cards with plain white if you like. It's included in the kit, but you can do different stamping inside. Don't stamp inside. It's all up to you. I decided for Stampin' Stick card class that I would go a little extra over the top and do the insides too. I'm generally not somebody who does the insides of my cards. So while I'm doing the sticking part, you tell me, do you guys always do the insides of your cards? Never do the insides of your cards? Or sometimes do the insides of your cards? I fall in the next to never camp. I think it's an attention span issue maybe. I don't know. When I get the front of the card done, I usually am like, isn't that cute? And I'm ready to move on. So this has been an extra little bit of a challenge for me to step up my game, step out of the box a little bit and do the insides, like bring you that super premium crafting, guided crafting experience, right? And so super premium, I think the cards get to be done on the inside and the outside. And I'm finding it, although it's outside of my usual, I'm finding the insides to be a really neat way to express my creativity. And just a little bit different, but a coordinating way, like outside, inside, right? So I am somebody who never does the inside, but I've been very happy to be doing these for Stampin' Stick card class. All right, so my hearts came from Hearts of Elegance, and they are two-tone cardstock. So you can see, putting the glue on the light side, and then there's the strawberry slush. You guys who are waiting on two-tone cardstock, we're making good progress. Two-tone cardstocks in the house. If you missed that earlier today, or if you missed that housekeeping earlier in the show, it's coming. There is a two-tone cardstock sale going on right now. So get the colors that you use frequently, or get the in colors, or treat yourself to some two-tone cardstock, because Stampin' Up is got 20% off right now of the two tones, and I am really loving them. I think it's a great way to add some subtle beauty to your project. So there's Strawberry Slush, light and dark. And you tell me, I think it makes an impact on the project, and it was super easy to do. Just cut the side of the die, or just cut the side of the cardstock you want with a die, and then pick another die and cut the other side. And look at how displaying both sides really does make a huge impact on this project. And then I'm going to show you this one again really quick before I put my jar on. I put the lid, I'll give that a second to dry. Here is light Old Olive, embossed with that same embossing folder, that Forever Plaid, inked with Old Olive ink. And here's dark Old Olive, two-tone cardstock, so just different side of the paper, same embossing folder, same ink pad. So just really kind of a fun product to play with. And if you haven't tried it, pick up a couple of colors that you use often, or pick up the new in colors, one or the other, and enjoy 20% off right now. All right, so this is the Sweet Sorbet woven ribbon. It's included if you got the kit, and you're gonna cut 8-inch pieces first. Then you're gonna cut your 8-inch pieces in half, hot dog wise, so down the long side of the ribbon, make 2 8-inch pieces, and then make your bows. And you're gonna have enough for 4 bows, even though you only have 3 cards, it's okay. So start with 8 inches, cut it in half, tie up a bow, and then trim. I'm gonna do 2 here. There it is. My favorite two-tone cardstocks so far are, as you can see from what I've been working with, I love the garden green and the old olive, and we're coming into Christmas season. We're coming into Halloween, and I love the black two-tone cardstock. The in-color ones are all beautiful. The sweets, the strawberry slush, the timid tiger, secret sea is very dramatic. All right, so, and then think about what colors you use most often anyways. We all have colors that are our go-to colors. Mine are pool party, pecan pie. I love those. The pecan pie is a little more dramatic in the two-tone than the pool party is. But yeah, just grab a couple of packs and enjoy the discount. See if you like the product as much as I like the product. All right, so there's our 2 little bows. Let's see what you guys say about insides, outsides of cards. I'm gonna put these bows on glue dots while I'm taking a peek. Teresa says, I always do my cards and envelopes when making cards. Oh, so you do the insides and the envelopes every time. Might not always put a sentiment on it because it can be used for multiple occasions, but I decorate the insides. See? I know, I think that we fall into different camps of that, right? Like some people do it, some people don't do it. There's not as many people who sometimes do the inside and sometimes don't. That's like, I think our smallest group. Nancy always does the inside, maybe not at the same time. Oh, so like outside and then when you need it, do the inside, Nancy? Holly says, I love the two-tone. Me too. And Holly also says, sometimes she does the envelopes. I never do the envelopes either. I have to say, I'm not one to do the envelopes. I include the envelopes in the class packets, but and when I did craft fairs, the first time, because I had a couple of rounds of doing craft fairs, when I did craft fairs, I would do the envelopes to match the card. And so I have had a stint of doing envelopes, but I don't do the envelopes now because they get separated from the cards around here. I think that if I did, just for sending, just for my own stash of making cards, I think I'd do the envelopes, but I have too many envelopes that end up getting separated, and then I have ones that don't match. So I'm definitely not an envelope doer, but I'm becoming a big fan of doing the insides. It's been kind of a nice creative expression for me. All right, so I've got some linen thread. I've got mine from my kit right here in my little loop de-swoop. So if you got the kit, you got your little linen thread in there. But okay, is this gonna sound silly? I don't want to take it apart. It looks so pretty. And I have the spool right here. But you're gonna take a little bit of linen thread and then thread the tag. All right, now you're gonna tie a thread knot here. So just pull so that you've got it. I like to put it down on the table. Pick up your ribbon from the glue dot and stick it to the linen thread. Don't stick it down to the table. And the linen thread goes behind the bow and in front of the bow. See that? Let me just switch my view so I can make sure you see that. See that? And then you just tie that thread knot. And that is loop and tuck. Pull the ends through that little loop, then pull, and then you can trim off the excess. A little happy birthday. Now, if you don't want to do that, just pick and stick your bow and put just the bow on there. That's okay. I know that everybody has a different level of crazy that they're willing to go to for this. So you can stamp your greeting and then stick the little bow on the end without the linen thread, and that is okay by me. You won't hurt my feelings if you're not quite as crazy as I am. If you are as crazy as I am, welcome to the club. I love you too. This is really adjustable to how much you want to do, and a lot of it is done for you. We've done a lot of the work for you so that you can just enjoy the process of making a card or 3. All right, so dimensionals on my jar, dimensionals on my tag. I'm going to put one more glue dot behind this ribbon, I think. Well, let's see. Actually, a lot of it is showing. Is that sticky? Yep. Let's get our jar. And then our greeting. I'm not going to stick it down until I know that's where I want it. Maybe over a little bit more. Good. And level that out. And that is our first card. Let's get some sparkle. I need a little bling on there. We've got some basic rhinestones in the packet. I love this because it adds some more silver sparkle where the lid leaves off. Yep, stick that down. Good, good, looks good. Get my take your pick tool. All right, one card and some bling. You can do what you like on the cards. I've got, I think, 5 going on this one. I tend to do less usually. Sometimes only 2 is what I do, especially if there's a third element like the lid. But that's up to you. I'm going to follow my sample here. This one and this one. All right, there we go. Happy birthday. What do you guys think? Do you like the jar of candles? This jar of candles is what 100% sold me on the sweet jar set. I love it. I love it. Let's see here. Hey, Virginia, how are you? Let's see. Karen Curtis falls in the occasionally do inside camp. Yep, I think your kind of stamper is a little bit more rare than the I always do it or I don't do. Or, I always do or I always don't. Yep, Lisa's in the always camp. Happy Thursday, friends, says Teresa Harper from Oregon. Yeah, it's good to get together with our crafty friends, isn't it? How are you guys doing on Stampin' Stick card class so far? I missed what is the background designer series paper? Oh, good question. You didn't miss. I didn't say it this time because it's the one that I can't keep track of. It's, okay, let me get the name of there's the 2 florals that Stampin' Up released right away, the Blooms and the Pretties. And I get them confused, the Pretties and the Blooms. This one's a Floral Impressions, and it goes with that, is it Blossoms and Bloom, Impressions of Bloom, Impressions of Bloom. That goes with that bundle. That's sweet. And I don't know, I just can't keep the 2 of them straight, so I have to always go look. Yep, Jan Gotcha, Floral Impressions, that's the one. Karen says, love this class format. Oh, good. Oh, good. It's definitely was one of those things. We came back from incentive trip on stage and then the incentive trip, and we were like, we've got to do something different. We can't keep doing the same thing and expect different results. So what do we want to do? And that's kind of where Stampin' Stick card class came from. Doing something a little different. Difference is not easy. So thank you to all of the people who support us and love us and encourage us, because it's been a big change for us around here too. All right, let's see. Virginia's doing fine and loves the jar of candles. Me too. Oh, it's a favorite. All right, let me pop over on Facebook. Are you guys doing okay over there, Facebook? I love Kathy says I do the envelopes too, and Donna shared. Thank you, Donna. When you guys share, that's how we find creative like minds. So thank you for sharing this card class. If you know a friend and are willing to make a recommendation, share the link, share it on your social media, share it in groups if you've got permission to. That's how we find new friends. So thank you for sharing. Sometimes I do the insides of cards. Sometimes my mind is just fried from doing the outside and I can't be more creative. Marla, that is like you said what I live. I get like that too. Like the outside takes everything and the inside wouldn't be a pleasure anymore. And so I get that. I've definitely walked in your shoes there. And you're saying exactly what I struggle with. I've really enjoyed pushing this for Stampin' Stick card class, but usually that's it. Does that mean I put too much into the outside? I don't know. All right, so I've got card number 2, Miss You Bunches, and we're gonna bring our little cookie jar in here. I'm trying to put these envelopes far enough away so that I don't get ink on them. All right, let's do, we've done the stamp part except for our greetings. So let's, and our little hearts. So let's finish the stamp part before we do the stick part. I have two little tags here from Notes and Totes. One's white, one's Pool Party. I have a little banner here. This is from the wishing, hold on, it's gonna come to me. Wishing, hold on. I'm going over to look because the names all escape me now. TUVW, uh-oh. I don't have it on the shelf, so I can't tell you from there. You know, the yellow suite that we got in the spring catalog. Wishing. Jan, help me out. Jan's gonna help me out. I know she's going to, guys. But that one's in there. You can use a little strip if you got to. I have stamped or punched the lid. We do that for you because it doesn't require any stamping. A couple of hearts again, this time the opposite way. So let me show you that really quick before I stamp. Here's dark and light and dark. And both ways look pretty cool, right? Okay, let's see. I need some early espresso ink and some real red ink. Let's see here. Oh, I got a new comment. Delightful wishes. Yes, thank you, my friend. I can always count on Jan. You guys, delightful wishes dies. Yep, that's where that little guy came from. All right, then early espresso, real red, those 2 bits, and my Stampin' Pierce mat. I've got my little hearts. We're gonna do those in real red on our little tag. Love these. Sweet way to add a little embellishment, right? There's those. And then my bunches, miss you bunches. Well, let's get that guy next. Oh gosh, somebody help me pick this up. Got it. All right, miss you bunches is right here. Oh dear, there's inky stamps everywhere. It's like a landmine. I usually keep a bucket beside me to drop them in, but I didn't get that today. All right, Miss You Bunches didn't get on a block. I got you, Miss You Bunches. Miss You Bunches. Let that relax there. Pick it up. Now we're good. Okay, you want to stamp it off to the right so that we have room for that little tag. How perfect is that little die cut for that? All right, then this can go aside. We're done stamping for this card. Let's stick. Let's see this one. Put that guy there, this guy here. All right. It's time for my usual announcement. You guys wouldn't believe the mess that I've made. I've made 1.5 cards in such a huge mess. Nancy says, it helps to have so many helpers. Oh, I'm telling you, sure does. I couldn't do this myself. I couldn't do this by myself. I definitely have a ton of help and couldn't even. Stamp and Stick card class is only possible because at this point in my life, God has given me some really good helpers. They come here and they cut paper for you guys and help make thank you cards, and I have amazing helpers, and they help me when I'm feeling a little crazy. Yeah, I have an amazing group of helpers, you guys. All right, so designer series paper, we're gonna stick those guys first. And just toggle these across the front. And like that. I should probably bring in the sample again because I can see it over here, but you guys can't. And then going to add our hearts. Oh, we got sticky fingers. That's a hazard of the job, right? other heart. This little guy got a little bit of piercing on it. And I love the contrast of the light and the dark together. This little guy is gonna get a lid next, so I'm switching to the fine point. And put that, while this dries, I'm going to do up my linen thread again. Got my bow here, and I got my tag. Gonna grab a little length of thread and thread that through. You know what? I'm gonna do a little, I got a floss threader. I was just gonna say I'm gonna get it, but that wasn't too hard to do. And then stick the bow right on the linen thread. It's stuck to the table a little bit, but that's okay. Lift it up, put the thread back in there. And then I'm gonna loop around my index finger, tuck the two tails into the loop, and pull. And then this guy, it's stuck better to my finger. First it was stuck better to the table than to my finger. Now we're good. Now we got it. Cut off the extra. Set that aside a minute. We can put it right back on top of the glue dot. Let's get some dimensionals for our jar and our sentiment. I got a little glue on my card, you guys. I'm gonna let it dry and then I'll take a glue eraser to it. Oh, it happens, right? And look at this. This is winning. I got glue on my card. That's not winning, but this is winning. There's all the dimensionals used up. I love it. Anybody else feel like they did something special when they use up all the dimensionals? Because I sure do. All right, let's get, this guy can go off there, these guys over there, this guy off the side. There. Sorry, messy desk. I try to keep it a little bit tidier while I'm working and work in a bigger open space than I usually do. Jan and I are very similar like this. As I'm working, the stuff just gets closer and closer and closer. And then the next thing I know, I'm working in like a 6x9 space. You know, like think about the size of your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine plate. Like that's what I'll have clean. I'll have stuff here and stuff here and stuff here and stuff stacked up over here. Like it gets crazy when I'm working. But I try not to do that when I'm crafting with you guys. I try to keep the space and the screen nice and clear so it feels peaceful, right? Crafting is such a relief and it's peaceful and it's good for getting the positive brain chemicals going. But sometimes it looks a little chaotic on screen. So I try to keep it nice and tidy for you guys. All right, there's our jar. Miss you bunches. And this little guy right here. I put another glue dot on and a dimensional on the tag. And we'll add that one right here. All right, now that's pretty good. Pretty good. I think my lid's on a little crooked. I'm trying to level the jar, and as I pull the jar one direction, it goes uphill or downhill, and that's because my lid's not on straight. There. Nothing that can't be fixed, right? No mistakes in crafting, just opportunity. All right, let's get some dingles and sparkle this up a bit. I'm gonna put 3. Got 1, 2, and 3. That's it. That's card number 2 in our Stampin' Stick card class. That one's got to go up a little higher. Sorry, that was way too like a equilateral triangle. All right, now I got a little glue over here. I got one of these ugly little guys. I got this one from the Dollar Tree. I'm gonna try and pick up a little bit of that glue. Mostly just because I don't want it to stick to the next one in the pile, but there. maybe it needs a little bit more glue eraser, but that'll keep it from sticking to itself for now. All right, missed you brunches. We got one more to go. And let's get a sample here. That's behind me, our little love jar. We got to stamp love on the little tag. So here's my bits from my kit again. And I did this one ahead. Let's get a glue dot, little stamping going on. If you guys like this card class, we'll be doing it again, only Christmas in July fashion, 2 weeks from today. Thursday, July 24th is our Christmas in July class. So mark your calendar. We have it already scheduled on the YouTube, so you guys can set your notifications and make sure that you're subscribed so that you get notification of when we go live and when we schedule things. Let's see here. I need my love stamp. I need love. I think I have love right here. Love. You can put any of these little words that come in here. There's some cute stuff. I'm gonna pop that little guy on there. Our stamp is done for this part. And now we're left with stick. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? The stamp and stick card class. We've got everything done and ready for you. If you are loving the class and you would like to support our channel, there is a printable PDF that goes along with this. It's available in the Kitchen Table Stamper store. There's a link in the description below. So if you prefer, or if you like to collect the printable resource, you can do that. We would appreciate your support. Next Stamp and Stick card class is the 24th. And then we are on a schedule for, I believe, the 4th Thursday of the month. So I can give you some more dates here after we're done with this card class. So we've got 4 of them in the works, this one and 3 others. And if you guys are continuing to enjoy them and participate and purchase the packets and things, we're going to keep it going. We'll definitely be doing Stamp and Stick through the rest of the year to see how it goes. But yeah, we're definitely enjoying this new process, enjoying the new way of doing things. I like doing the 3 card class. That's kind of fun for me too. But yeah, we'll see how it goes after this year. But we're enjoying the process. All right, so I've got my designer series papers. Now we're gonna do our little tag just like the last one. I've got white stamped with love, matted on pool party. This is from Notes and Totes. I've got that same little heart that we had from Hearts of Elegance. Then the little hearts are punched with the Bee Builder punch. So we've got 2 smaller ones there. And we'll pop those guys on. Make a little spray of hearts. And then our jar is going to need a lid. So let's grab that. Well, we've got the liquid glue here. Little line of liquid. Pop the jar lid on. This is just silver foil punched with a jar lid. We did that one for you if you got the class packet. Last I looked, there was an awesome deal on, I think it was called Brushed Metallic. It was silver and gold metallic. So check it out if you haven't seen. 20% off of the 2 tones right now, and there's some great last chance deals still to be had. So check out the last chance list while you're there. And if anybody is in the market for silver and gold foil, check it out there and see. Last I looked, there was still a great deal on that. It could have sold out though, but we just got some silver foil here. More linen thread. I'm gonna thread my tag. And then I keep cutting these pieces way too big. You do not need this much linen thread. I'm throwing a lot away. I don't usually do that. All right, pop my little bow. Sandwich the bow in the linen thread. Loop it around my index finger. Tuck the tails and pull a thread knot. And then trim off the excess. Oh yeah, look at that. That was way too much. Sorry. All right, this guy is gonna go right on the corner of my jar now. Where's my glue dot? There it is, right on the corner of the lid. And then I need another dimensional. I love this one. I think it's the hearts in the jar. The red and pink. I've always loved red and pink together at Valentine's Day. Not like as an everyday thing, but at Valentine's Day. And so I think that's why I love this one so much. Pop that on. Tag. Let's get a little shimmer over here. I need my take your pick tool, and I'm gonna do a couple little ones here. And this one I think I'm gonna put there, and there. Haha, there it is. All right, you guys. That is our Stamp and Stick card class for today. Let me get these back in here. So here's our love, miss you bunches, and happy birthday. I hope you enjoyed it. If you make the cards or you make cards inspired by these cards, make some of our alternatives. Maybe you just try up a different color, right? Or maybe you're gonna try up a different stamp set. Maybe you didn't get the packet and you're gonna try up a different designer series paper. Whatever it is, we wanna see it in the craft social. Kitchen Table Stamper Craft Social is our little corner of Facebook. And we want to see what you're doing with these Stamp and Stick card classes, okay? So come join us over there and share. If you've got any questions, you can reach out. Email me, marissa@kitchentablestamper.com. You can shop 24/7, marisaalvarez.stampinup.net. Jan says the gold foil is low inventory and silver foil, and she gave the numbers. Do you know if they have the one that was 3 sheets of each that was on the last chance list anymore, Jan? Tony says, love these, so much fun. Thank you. I'm glad you're here, my friend. You thank me for sharing. Thank you for being here. I so appreciate you guys showing up. I hope you enjoyed the class. Karen says, great cards today. Love the alternatives you shared. Those are all Jan. Isn't she awesome? Oh yeah, the brushed silver and gold. That's the one I was going to tell you guys. If you're going to pick up some of that two-tone cardstock, well, it's 20% off. Get 164861 brushed silver and gold, especially if you're going to have the jars for your lids. It's, I think, 6 sheets for $5. You cannot go wrong. So go pick up some of that up. Nancy says your Stamp and Stick card class packets are awesome. If you don't have a lot of supplies, right? The Stamp and Stick class packets are really just that. You need some ink, you need a stamp set, scissors and glue. Otherwise, everything's really done and ready for you. You got everything that you need. And I hope that you guys are loving them. This says, as someone who has seen your streaming space, I'm impressed how you do what you do in such a small space, right? I do. I start out in a small space. It's a little bit bigger now. You got to come see the new setup, Nancy. We've changed things up a little bit, and it's really good. I got some desks, like real furniture. Let's see here. Joy says, thank you. No, thank you guys for spending time with me. Thank you for being here today. Donna says, it was fun and thank you. I'm glad you had a good time. I can't wait to see you in 2 weeks for the Jar of Joy, a little Christmas in July action going on. Wendy loves the cards. Thank you, Wendy. The Replay will be available for as long as Facebook keeps it. They dump it. It will be on YouTube perpetually and embedded in the blog. So you can come back and see this replay again. Your kits are getting thank you cards prepared right now, so they should go out early next week if you need to refer back to this. If you're interested in the PDF for this class that's in the description, you can pop over to kitchentablestamper.com and grab the PDF. Kathy says I need to order the PDF for this class. So cute. Oh my goodness, Kathy, it would be such a blessing to us, and it is a good way that you can support the work that we do. If you're interested in having a printable PDF, it's already there and waiting for you. Donna says these are so stinking cute. I'm glad you like them. Esmeralda says I make a big mess when I make cards. Me too. You should have seen me designing the thank you card that's going into this packet. So I want to get into the habit where the thank you card kind of sneak peeks the next Stampin' Stick a little bit, right? So I did one with the piggy and I made the world's biggest mess. Like I couldn't even face it, and it took me a long time to clean up. All cards are not created equal in the mess that I have to make to design it, right? Like some are like nuclear. Some card designs are nuclear. Like I just make such a mess, and other ones come together easy, and I don't make such a big deal. Kathy says, can't wait for the Jar of Joy class. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Hey, if you guys are not busy tomorrow at noon, join me tomorrow at noon for our shortcut card sketch number 18. So if you did our annual catalog paper sampler, you already have shortcut card sketch number 18. But if you are not part of that sampler, we're releasing a new sketch tomorrow, shortcut card sketch number 18. And here's the card that we're gonna make. So at noon tomorrow, same bat channel, I'll be live to wrap up our annual catalog sampler and sketch series, and we are over this weekend or through this weekend taking registration for our mini online exclusive sampler. So if you're interested in those links to order paper sampler, the next paper sampler, we're going to wrap up this one tomorrow, and we're starting registration for a new one. We're in registration right now for a new one. So if you need links for the next one, we're going to do shortcut card sketch number 19 and 20 with the online exclusive sampler. But come and join us tomorrow at noon if you're not busy for a little fun card making. And thank you for being here. Thank you for taking shortcut cards or Stampin' Stick card class number 2. And I will see you in 2 weeks for the Jar of Joy, our Stampin' Stick card class number 3. There's great alternatives for this one too. So stay tuned. You'll see those in a couple weeks. Thank you guys for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow.